This Reddit story really got me heated. It's titled, I closed my door on my neighbor's face because she really needed peanut brittle. Am I the a-hole? Hello. This is an odd situation for me where I just really don't know if I was being much of an a-hole, but I'm just tired and let me tell you why. I'm a 20-year-old guy and I still live with my dad at his house. My mom was in a lengthy battle with breast cancer and she passed during August. It wrecked me on so many levels that I was not prepared for. On top of losing my hero, I felt like I should stay with my dad to be with him and support him. One of those things is keeping up with traditions and recipes passed down from my mom. And it's been really hard for holidays to even capture a fraction of the spirit of when my mom would do holidays, as she was the backbone of setting up stuff, preparing food, and decorating. But this is where we run into a problem. My mom, when she was alive, she would make peanut brittle, some fudge, and double chocolate crinkle cookies. And she would make up like 30 batches of them, put it in containers, and hand them out to families, to friends, to me and my siblings' co-workers, and of course, the neighbors. This is my first real year of making all of these sweets by myself, and I'm not really committed to doing all of this baking when I'm in college, as well as balancing a job and a side hustle I have to make more money. I'm just too sad with the grieving and too tired from school and work to do loads of batches. In fact, that the only reason I'm making these sweets is because they're yummy, I cannot lie, and I know my dad would appreciate them. I just started to attempt to make them. I only have made 2 small test batches, and they're good, but not as good as my mom's. But this is where my neighbor knocks on my door. I answer, expecting like a Christmas card, and she says, "Hi, I was wondering if you have any of the peanut brittle done." So I explain like, yeah, I'm trying to perfect the recipe, but I don't know if I can send them out this year. And then she asked, oh, mom's name, is really slacking behind this year. And at this point, I'm thinking to myself, does she not know my mom passed away? And then I'm thinking, we told her the news of it spreading and her being too tired to do any like neighborhood walking around the block with her friends. So I'm like dumbfounded that she can't put 2 and 2 together and that she isn't able to make peanut brittle. So I tell her she passed away in August and she just looked at me with a surprised expression. She said with like almost a confused tone, "So you're not making peanut brittle at all? How about tomorrow?" I, at that point, closed the door and I'm kind of just hand in a fist because I'm about to break down in an ugly cry and other bad emotions. My dad finally comes out of his room and asks who it was. Was it a package? And I tell him neighbor wanting peanut brittle. And he looked confused and he told me, "You haven't even figured out the right temperature yet," in like a joking way. But right as he said that, my neighbor texted him saying that I was being a snark to her, so I tell him the full story. He gets teary-eyed because we are still grieving my mom. And he was like, more lighter than usual peanut brittle for us. So, am I the a-hole? I feel like I could have been worse by either yelling or just flat out crying. But me closing the door in a fast manner was all I could really think to do. I didn't mean to upset her. I'm thinking all this stuff, maybe she didn't know and is processing it. But she knew my mom was barely able to walk 100 to 200 feet and was always tired. So I'm just like, yeah, don't know. When I finished reading the story, I was so enraged by the neighbor's audacity to ask for peanut brittle. After being told that OP's mom has passed, instead of sending your condolences or feeling bad for asking, you went ahead and asked, can he make more tomorrow? What What's wrong with you, you neighbor? That's like such entitlement. If you wanted peanut brittle that badly, go to a store and buy it. Leave this poor OP family alone. They are truly grieving the first holiday without mom. Seriously, what is wrong with you, you OP neighbor? Oh, this got me so upset. And it seems like the comment section seems to be agreeing with me. But let's see what some of this commenter have to say. First commenter says, your neighbor is incredibly rude and insensitive. Even if your mother was alive and healthy, just to show up at a neighbor's house demanding a homemade gift is insane. And on the fact that she knew your mom was battling cancer, even if she didn't know she passed, but she knew she was ill, and comes over and makes comments not only demanding this gift, but also saying she's really slacking this year while fighting cancer, I cannot get over this lady's level of entitlement. You are not the a-hole at all, but your neighbor is a huge one. Please enjoy making those special holiday treats for you and your father in your memory of your mother. Sounds like she was a fabulous lady. Do not share any with the neighbor. Sorry for your loss. Another commenter says, exactly, OP, not the a-hole. She had no right to be demanding a gift. That was already bad enough. That alone deserves you shutting the door on her. She's super rude. Good riddance. Ignore her from now on and anyone defending her. Sorry about your mom. You're in heavy grief mode. Be kind to yourself. OP responds by saying, thank you. I needed to hear that. Be kind to yourself. Yes, be kind to yourself, OP. This is a very difficult time, especially this is your first holiday without your mom. And you had mentioned in the post that she was the backbone of the holidays. So, yes. Another follow-up commenter says, and it's absolutely normal to be heavily grieving for 2 to 3 years. After which you'll always still grieve, but it's more manageable as time goes on. First holidays always suck. And I get so mad when people would say certain things that, looking back, are innocent. But you're just hypersensitive at first. Let yourself be sad. And go for grief counseling. I should have. You sound like a really good son, and your dad is lucky to have you. I totally agree with this. Let's see. Another commenter says, yes, be kind to yourself and your dad. It doesn't matter what age you are, losing a loved one hurts, and you need time. I lost my mom 6 years ago, just 3 weeks after my 50th birthday. Even now, something will occasionally pop into my head, and I need a moment to deal with the tears. Same for my dad. I lost him 2 years ago. So no, not the a-hole, but this neighbor sure is, sounding so entitled to peanut brittle. Totally agree. This neighbor is completely crazy and so entitled and so insensitive, especially during a holiday. Oh, makes me so mad. Let me see. Another commenter says, not the a-hole. The neighbor, in my opinion, just removed herself from receiving any Christmas treats ever. Perhaps a note or text message needs to be sent. It should say something like, the audacity of your request while we are still grieving the loss of our wife/mother is beyond our comprehension. To show up, ask for the treats, call mom a slacker is rude, disrespectful, and entitled. Please, so we are not yet in the spirit of making mom's treats this year. Please respect our privacy as we are still mourning mom's death. She's lucky all she got was the door shut in her face. My deepest sympathies to you and your father on your loss. Keep your mom's recipes. You'll do great and mom would be proud of you. Totally agree. Another follow commenter to that says, or you can say something like, what the F is wrong with you? I just told you my mom died. Instead of saying anything kind, the first thing you should say, give me peanut brittle? Do not bother us again. There will never be peanut brittle for you again. Well, that's a little harsh and a little bit mean and rude. No, I would say go with the first commenter, the previous one. Another commenter says, yep, I'll bet money she passes it off as her own every year to her office or something, and that's why she was so insistent. Despicable. OP responds by saying, hey, so I thought about this. It's definitely like a good theory. Not to like to brag, but about my mom's peanut brittle, but when neighbors had visited or when I would bring it to work, she would get compliments for it. I was thinking along the lines of having guests come over and all of that. Yeah. Anyways, what do you guys think of this story? What do you think of the OP's neighbor? Don't you think she has such entitlement to this? And what would you have done in OP's position? I would love to hear about it in the comment section. And remember, if you like these types of stories, to continue to like and subscribe. I'll talk to you guys later.